speaking from a person that came from that environment that was through all of the whole juvenile system and been through the whole thing with the I touched just about all the juvenile systems that was out there, honestly, coming up. And my first crime was a violent crime as a kid. It was attempted murder. It was a stabbing. And like I said, I was put in a situation, and that's why I was going out there going crazy. It was actually it was a fight. And when I got to court, they waived me. If anybody know what waive mean? Waive mean you when you go as a juvenile, they can waive you as an adult, which means if you like 15, 14, 15 years old, they can take you and put you in the adult system, so you will be charged just like an adult. So I took the waive. My lawyer was telling me actually to plead guilty to being waived because it would take the charge and they would make a lesser charge, would make an aggravated assault, and that would be my first adult charge, which they would let me out because it's my first charge. Give me some probation, slap on the wrist, you can go ahead. So that's what it did. So as a 15-year-old, I was already really in the adult system. And once you go in there, that's it. You don't go back. So everything else from there is an adult. So that's exactly what happened to me. So to answer your question, no, I don't think they should be handled from a.
Do you think do you think it should be situational, like per kid? You know what I'm saying? As far as if you got a kid who never been in no trouble, and then he just running with the wrong crowd and got caught up and made a mistake, do you think he should get a chance at redemption or get the chance to redeem himself, or do you think he should just throw the book at his ass to teach him a lesson?
But that's the thing of growing up as a child, though. Is
you make mistakes,
right? It's basically all a mistake because first of all, you so influenced. It's not even your. You gotta realize it's not your choice the way you live, right? Mm-hmm. So people always saying what you can do, what you can't do unless you in it. Being in it, you gotta kind of adapt to what's going on. Mm-hmm. It's either you adapt or how do you go? You don't have money to get up and move. Your mother ain't moving. You wouldn't be living there in the first place. Mm-hmm. So you gotta find a way to adapt. So sometimes, it's a lot of influences that's going on with you as a child. There's a lot of, you roll with the hood. We with this. I mean, some people make it out. Some people make it out without scars. Skate through, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's to the individual. But I still think they should be handled as kids. Even if you did a gang crime, no matter what it is, I do think that you have a chance to rehabilitate.
Okay.
So I do believe in that.
So after the third time, then what?
What you mean third? Because it's according. See, that's definitely situational.
Because half the time that's what happens. You get a slap on the wrist the first time to go out and do it again.
Well, once you get an adult system, it's no.
No, I'm not talking about it. Half of them don't go to the adult system. That's what the problem is. Half of them not getting charged as adults. They getting charged as a juvenile. Mom come pick them up. They
a lot of times it's going to the charge. Like with me, they thought that I just I just hit the person up. They understand it wasn't defensive because the person, but the point was. It started from being defensive, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't you know how they say what they call that crime when it's premeditated or whatever. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They called it premeditated because the fact wasn't in the act at the time. You get what I'm saying?
So you got them afterwards,
right? I got them afterwards, right?
Caught them up afterwards,
right? So that's how it kind of happened. Yeah. So
yeah, that's it. That'll do it.
But like I said, I still believe in. It's all an individual, man. Some people get it, some people don't. Some kids suck it up, some don't. You know what I'm saying? Even in the juvenile system, the jail system, period, I still learned a lot of things that I use today. You get what I'm saying? To be honest with you, it's like what you want to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So to answer the question, no, I think I like the way it is. You know, I think they should kind of not slap on the wrist,
but a lot of the
crimes, it might need to be a better.
But a lot of the violent crimes right now are being committed by juveniles.
Correct.
They really not being.
Are they juveniles at like 18 and over though? Is it
juveniles? 15, 16, yeah, that's juvenile.
I mean,
18 and over to me, you a man. That's you a man to me.
One of the problems is that they looking for the shit that these people be on. No, what they looking for is for what they see what people have on these videos and what these other stars do and things like that. And you know what I mean, they see the next man down there dressing all proper and got this, not proper, but the gangster. I believe in it because we talking about back in the day.
It's still 300. People ain't like the 300 never changed. It's still like 300.
It wasn't.
I looked at the list. We still like 300 murders.
But guess what though?
6 years.
No. But time out.
Our years was 300.
No.
Remember I pulled the list.
Oh man, listen. It wasn't kids, man. It wasn't. All right.
So what was I looking at when we had 300 murders?
So was it kids? Was it kids really doing
it? Kids. I ain't no murder. I ain't no attempted as an adult. I ain't attempted as a kid.
You talking about just like food, but it ain't. But it ain't many. It ain't many at all, man. It ain't many at all.
That's what we're talking about. Is we talking about kids or not? So we're talking about kids.
But it wasn't back in the day. It wasn't really many kids doing a lot of the violence.
No, not like now. No.
Now it is.
Not back in the day. It's way more.
It wasn't. These kids wasn't robbing nobody and shooting nobody.
I think it's according where you was at.
Man,
I see what you're saying, but I think it's according where you was at.
I don't believe that, man.
Hey, where we was at was kids. We was all young. All of us was going to jail for attempts and murders.
Yeah, I don't.
Mouse was a kid. In high school.
Well,
I was a kid. I was kids. Like I don't understand. Like we didn't get like adult charges.
You know, we gonna have the champ on here because the champ doing mentors with these kids and stuff. He's been doing for a long time, so we can get somebody else's opinion on about what we're gonna decide on about mentoring or try to figure out what we're gonna do about these kids as well. Because we already.
Yeah, but what's your answer though? We talking about your answer. We talking about us. What's your answer?
My answer is more programs.
That's what I'm saying. You jumped in. Finish your answer. We want to know what your answer is.
Let me finish this. So
basically, go ahead.
So basically, my answer is more programs for the kids and more programs to help the parents out that need help.
No, finish what you said. What I'm saying, you said the videos and all this, right?
Right.
What I'm saying is. And I'm not saying from my point of view. I understand what you're saying. It's probably more kids today. But what I'm saying is it's still 300 something murders. I looked at the charts. It was 380s in the early 90s. It's 300 in 2020. 2000.
Now,
so I'm trying to figure out what's the change.
It ain't hard to figure out.
So what you saying, adults?
Oh, you want to let me finish?
No, you never finished.
Let me finish then. Let me finish then.
Go ahead.
All right. So my point here is this. Now, the older people, you know what I mean, that did all the crime, half of them locked up, or all of them got mature. Now you got these younger people just taking over now. They the ones doing all the crime and shit. They wasn't never doing the crime back. They wasn't sticking up nobody. They wasn't really killing nobody back in the day. Now it didn't change.
Who you got stuck up by? Was they kids?
They wasn't no kids.
All I was old heads.
They wasn't kids. They was grown men. They go to jail, men jail like me.
When you got stuck up, who was they? They wasn't kids.
They wasn't kids who stuck me up. Every time I got stuck up, I get stuck up by no kids. Never got stuck up by kids.
Well, you came to me and told me you got stuck up.
They wasn't no kids.
How old was we?
Fuck it, man. I was fucking 19, 18, 19.
You sure?
I'm 100% sure.
So how old were you? Like 20?
I was what, 17? But they were
grown 20. They my age. We was like 20.
They grown men.
Yeah.
I probably was like 16, 17.
You 18 and over. You grown man to me.
I think I was like 17.
I mean,
so all right. So you saying all right? Let's say this. So y'all talking about 16. You talking about 16, 17. So 15, if you're 19, 14. You're not considering that the same thing?
No.
That's different?
Hey, you're a grown
you damn sure should know that you shouldn't be out there robbing no fucking body.
And that 17 has a big difference.
So you just becoming the 18. I mean, I don't. Yo, listen. Roundabout, listen.
Listen.
16, look, 17, 18. You know damn well you shouldn't be robbing nobody.
My mindset at 17 wasn't the same at 19. That's just me. Just me. Me also.
But
at 17,
shit.
By the time I got to 19, I'm on way different things from what
19, I was around a bunch of killers.
No, we ain't stopped.
They will never see the streets again. That's who I was around.
But what you mean, like what's
mature.
changed? Like, what you mean, like?
My whole mental capacity had changed. Like, totally. Like, I had already started wanting things out of life. But 17, I was still just running around with girls.
Yep.
And
breaking mad
my
law.
little Peter and something.
Doing this and doing that.
And,
shit.
you know what I'm saying?
No, 17, we was already moved out and
yeah, well,
no,
16,
I
I had my
Yeah,
own place
man.
at 16.
I wasn't moved out.
you got a junkie name.
Yeah, I had my place at 16,
Yeah.
but still, regardless, it doesn't matter. Yo, it wasn't no 14, 15-year-old kids doing this shit, what they doing now, man. You got 13, 12-year-olds doing this shit. They wasn't doing that, yo.
Yo, D got shot by a 12-year-old.
But yo, it's not a lot of, listen, you had your little select kids to do it. Not as much as now.
Like the little 13-year-old that just got locked up for killing the shooting the two white dudes that came down here to buy some things. 13 years old.
The dude shot D was 12 years old, kid. Cause D was only about 14, and I was probably about 17.
So, can I speak on what somebody said?
Yeah, what?
Carla said, back in the day, crime was out of survival. The crime now is senseless, and because there is no real consequence.
That's definitely the difference.
There's no real consequence.
And that's what I always say. When dudes was getting shot, most of the time it was because somebody had shown up legitimate beef, and you had some real dudes in the beef. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't had no clowns, and these two dudes was about it, and one went and one, somebody had to go. You understand? Now, most of the time back in the day, most of the time gunplay didn't even come until after you was knucking. Or y'all and sure enough got into it some way, even if it was just outing. You at the Palladium and you get to fighting at the Palladium or something. Then you later on, y'all running into each other and now, all right, now, we let them fly.
Right.
But now you can't even just agree to disagree with somebody. You can't even just look at a dude wrong and then you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's senseless, man. What's going on now is way more senseless than the murders back then.
Yo,
dudes killed the caller's right. A lot of dudes killed out of survival, man. Like back then. You heard about territorial beefs.
Mm-hmm.
That's because it was real money there.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, if I got a block and I'm doing $25,000 a day, nigga, you're not getting on this.
Mm-hmm.
No, sir. You got to go.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? These dudes ain't making $250 on half these corners.
At all. Period.
25, they ain't making $2,500. Half these dudes shooting and killing for next to nothing. Because half of them ain't getting no money. Half of them hide Fat Charles' ass. How you getting money?
And then even back in the day when you went to jail, you still learned something how to become a mature man. Now, who they grabbing to when they go in there now?
They
a bunch of other young bunch of cat rats.
They choosing sides.
Because they need sides. They can't handle that stuff. They can't handle that stuff no more.
Exactly.
They need a game. And all you gonna keep on getting is the negative vibe shit. Man, ain't nobody out here teaching these motherfucking kids nothing, man. Even if you doing wrong shit, you still supposed to be teaching the young bucks how to respect the game, man. Period, man.
Listen, man. I don't know. We on this episode. This episode 18. This is episode 18.
Right.
And we've been having the same conversation since the first episode. And yet episode 18 we still can't figure out what we can do with this time.
It ain't gonna stop.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
and then I'm like, I don't understand, we have to change our mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like New Year's, then they in Atlanta cutting up.
Right.
And they come from all over. Baltimore, Detroit,
Philadelphia. They cutting up terrible.
It's crazy.
Like,
Is there anything going on there? Or is just party? You just saying from the COVID or just what they?
No, they had a New Year's Eve party and nobody else couldn't go party in their own city, so they had it down there. And everybody from all the other states down there, they cutting up, acting a fool.
And they in the club, about 100 of them fighting.
That's what I said. They was fighting
dudes. Yeah, it's crazy. It was terrible down
They
there.
was opening up the next, the New Year's after party. They opened back up.
I read a little bit of it. I ain't see the whole. I ain't read up on the thing about it. So you said they was down there cutting up. It was people from all over, right?
Cutting up terrible. Yeah, but Baltimore, we do what we do. Nothing.
So how y'all feel? So you think people just sit in the house from the COVID shit, or just?
Hey man, I don't know, man.
That's why the dude was saying, like, we can't do that up here because everything shut down because of COVID.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody's running to Atlanta, because they wide open.
Wide open. They on Florida or Texas.
Florida ain't even wide open. That's why they was cutting up at the thing they just had down there. They killed the dude. Killed the little Haitian dude down there. And the Haitian guys is beefing with the boys in Baltimore. Y'all ain't see all them murder?
No, I heard a little bit of it.
That's crazy. Them dudes killing all them jokers, man. Them Haitian dudes crazy. They said he shot the car when they let the kid out the jail. Man. They killed the Haitian dude down there.
Right.
Yeah, it was crazy.